With 2024 nearing its end, it's been a fantastic year for tech. We've seen smartphone designs get sleeker, cameras get sharper, and even Apple getting a bit closer to real AI features. But now, it's time to turn our attention to the next big thing coming in early 2025, the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra. Samsung has been moving its flagship releases earlier every year. The Galaxy S24 Ultra was out by the end of January 2024, so we're only a couple of months away from the S25 Ultra's announcement. So, what can we expect? And is it worth upgrading if you already own the Galaxy S24 Ultra? Let's dive into the details. Starting with the design, rumors suggest that Samsung is opting for softer, rounded corners on the Galaxy S25 Ultra. This would be a slight shift from the Galaxy S24 Ultra's stark, rectangular shape that gives it that business notebook feel. The S25 Ultra is also expected to be a bit thinner and lighter, about 0.4 millimeters slimmer and 14 grams lighter. However, we don't think this will be noticeable in everyday use. The frame will likely remain titanium coated, offering that reliable, grippy finish we've come to love. As for colors, we're hoping for another pleasant surprise with possibly some fun, exclusive shades available only on Samsung's website. Samsung's AMOLED panels have been excellent for years, and the S25 Ultra is expected to use the same 6.8-inch dynamic AMOLED 2X display with adaptive refresh rates up to 120 Hz and peak brightness of 2600 nits, just like the S24 Ultra. This screen already has incredibly thin bezels and an anti-glare coating, so we're not expecting major changes here. The S25 Ultra will likely retain the ultrasonic fingerprint scanner under the display, which is already fast and accurate. One of the biggest updates could be the new Snapdragon 8 Elite processor. Built on a 3nm process, this chip is expected to deliver significant performance and efficiency gains over the 4nm Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 used in the Galaxy S24 Ultra, but high performance comes with heat management challenges, so we'll see how Samsung handles that. Another rumored change is an upgrade to 16GB of RAM on the higher storage options, 512GB and 1TB, while the 256GB variant may stick with 12GB. This might provide a boost in multitasking, although the S24 Ultra already handles tasks effortlessly. On the software side, the Galaxy S25 Ultra will come with Android 15 and Samsung's One UI 7.0, which should include more AI-powered features. Samsung has been refining its Galaxy AI, and we may see more personalized notifications and photo editing tools. The Galaxy S24 Ultra impressed us with its 200-megapixel main camera, a 50-megapixel 5x zoom, and a 12-megapixel ultra-wide lens. For the S25 Ultra, Samsung isn't expected to change much here, except for a rumored upgrade to a 50-megapixel ultra-wide sensor. With a new processor, we might see some tweaks in image processing, potentially offering better post-processing and improved photographic styles. The 12-megapixel front camera is likely to remain the same. It's already capable of producing sharp, dynamic selfies and works well for video calls. The Galaxy S25 Ultra is rumored to have a 5000 mAh battery, similar to the S24 Ultra. This should provide enough power for a full day of casual use. The big question is whether the new 3nm chip will add energy efficiency or if it'll require more power. As for charging, we're expecting 45-watt wired and 25-watt wireless with support for K2 wireless charging. However, don't expect to see magnetic charging accessories. Samsung doesn't add magnets to its Ultra series as they interfere with the S Pen's functionality. If you already have the Galaxy S24 Ultra, upgrading may not be essential. However, if you're looking for a new phone and can find a good deal on the S24 Ultra, it's definitely worth considering. That's all for now. Stay tuned for more updates as we get closer to the official release, and let us know in the comments if you think the Galaxy S25 Ultra is worth the upgrade. Thanks for watching. The smartphone industry is constantly evolving, with each new year bringing us flagship devices that push the boundaries of technology and design. In this video, we'll be taking a close look at the two biggest names in the smartphone world right now: Apple's iPhone 16 Pro Max and Samsung's Galaxy S24 Ultra. Both phones are powerhouses in their own right, but how do they stack up against each other? Let's dive into the battle of the bigs. Design and size. As expected, Apple's iPhone 16 Pro Max doesn't deviate much from its predecessor when it comes to design. The rectangular shape, soft corners, flat sides, and dynamic island pill-shaped cutout remain. This year, however, the screen has grown from 6.7 inches to a massive 6.9 inches, making it the largest display ever on an iPhone. Its bezels are even thinner, but the overall dimensions have changed slightly, measuring 163mm by 77.6mm. In comparison, the Galaxy S24 Ultra is slightly smaller at 162.3mm in height, but a bit wider at 79mm, making it easier to handle for users who love to use the S Pen for sketching or taking notes. Speaking of the S Pen, Samsung once again offers the stylus nestled into the bottom of the Galaxy S24 Ultra. It's a feature that remains unique to Samsung in the flagship market, and one that many users either love or ignore completely. The precision of the S Pen, developed in partnership with Wacom, is something to be admired, making it a fantastic tool for creative tasks. Apple, on the other hand, introduces some new tricks with its buttons. The Action button, which debuted in the iPhone 15 Pro series, returns, offering customizable functions for launching apps or activating Siri shortcuts. But the real star of the show is the new Camera Control button. This physical key, equipped with a capacitive surface, allows users to control the camera with a swipe, much like a traditional camera shutter button, enhancing the photography experience. Both phones come in sleek color options. The iPhone 16 Pro Max offers titanium finishes in white, black, natural, and the new Desert Titanium. Meanwhile, Samsung gives users a broader selection with titanium violet, yellow, black, and gray, and 3 exclusive colors if you order directly from Samsung's website. Display differences. When it comes to display, both phones boast impressive technology. The iPhone 16 Pro Max features a 6.9-inch OLED panel with a 120Hz refresh rate and an always-on display that can drop its refresh rate to just 1 Hz, keeping your wallpaper or photos visible even when the phone is asleep. Samsung's Galaxy S24 Ultra comes equipped with its signature AMOLED screen, also featuring a 120Hz refresh rate and an always-on display. However, Samsung has a slight edge here with its anti-reflective coating, which makes the screen much easier to see outdoors. In contrast, the iPhone struggles with reflections in bright sunlight despite its high brightness. Color accuracy is another area where the two phones differ slightly. The iPhone's display leans towards a yellowish hue, while the Galaxy has a bit of a teal tint. But with both phones offering blue light filters and adaptive color calibration, these differences are minimal in day-to-day use. One new feature for the iPhone 16 Pro Max is its ability to drop to an incredibly low 1-nit brightness level, making it easier on the eyes in dark environments. Samsung's display already hovers around this level, so both phones are excellent for nighttime use. Performance and software. Under the hood, the iPhone 16 Pro Max is powered by Apple's latest A18 Pro chip, built on a second-gen 3nm process by TSMC. This cutting-edge chip brings significant improvements in performance and efficiency, particularly when it comes to handling heavy tasks like gaming and AI-driven processes. Apple has also focused on better heat dissipation, addressing the overheating issues that plagued the A17 Pro chip. The Galaxy S24 Ultra, on the other hand, is powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, specifically tuned for Samsung devices. While both chips are incredibly powerful, benchmarks show that Apple's A18 Pro takes the lead in CPU performance. However, in 3D graphics tests, the Galaxy S24 Ultra isn't far behind, offering stellar gaming performance. Both Apple and Samsung are pushing into the realm of AI, with dedicated NPU cores to handle AI tasks. The iPhone 16 Pro Max comes with Apple Intelligence, which will roll out new features gradually, while the Galaxy S24 Ultra already boasts AI-powered features like live translation, generative image editing, and transcript summaries. As for software, the iPhone runs iOS, which has seen some welcome changes this year, bringing it closer to the flexibility of Android. You can now place app icons anywhere on the home screen and even customize their colors. But if customization is what you're after, Samsung's One UI still reigns supreme with features like split-screen multitasking, themes, and more. Samsung has also stepped up its software update game, promising 7 years of updates for the Galaxy S24 Ultra, compared to Apple's 5-year commitment for the iPhone. Camera capabilities. Apple has made some significant upgrades to the cameras on the iPhone 16 Pro Max, particularly the ultra-wide camera, which now features a 48-megapixel sensor. The main camera remains at 48 megapixel, and the 5x telephoto camera comes with a 12-megapixel sensor. A new lens coating helps reduce the lens flare issue that has been prevalent in recent iPhone models, especially during night shots. Samsung, as always, is pushing the envelope with its camera hardware. The Galaxy S24 Ultra boasts a hopping 200-megapixel main camera, alongside a 12-megapixel ultra-wide, a 10-megapixel 3x telephoto, and a 50-megapixel 5x zoom camera. While the megapixel count might seem impressive, the real magic happens in post-processing. Both phones have excellent cameras, but Samsung has a slight edge in zoom performance, while the iPhone tends to oversharpen fine details like leaves or grass. In low light conditions, both phones perform admirably, but the iPhone's new lens coating helps reduce the flare and artifacts that can appear in night photos. Samsung, on the other hand, continues to struggle slightly with oversaturated greens in its images, but this is only noticeable when directly comparing photos side by side. Battery and charging. When it comes to battery life, both phones pack a punch. The iPhone 16 Pro Max has a 4,685 mAh battery, while the Galaxy S24 Ultra comes with a slightly larger 5,000 mAh battery. However, Samsung takes the lead in charging speeds, offering 45-watt wired charging compared to the iPhone's 20-watt. For wireless charging, Apple's MagSafe offers 25-watt, while Samsung's wireless charging maxes out at 15-watt. Conclusion. So, which phone is the better choice? It's a tough call. The iPhone 16 Pro Max impresses with its sleek design, powerful A18 Pro chip, and improved cameras, while the Galaxy S24 Ultra excels with its S Pen, higher megapixel count, and faster charging speeds. Ultimately, it comes down to personal preference and whether you're more entrenched in Apple's ecosystem or Samsung's Android world. Either way, you're getting a top-tier smartphone that won't disappoint. What do you think about it? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Until then, take care. Goodbye.